my KW family, happy September. I can't believe it's September already. And for those of you that don't know what that means, in our real estate world, we have 2 months left, right? Because whatever you put under contract in December, most likely is gonna close in 2026. So 2 more months left to finish strong, put those buyers, put those sellers under contract, get them closed before the year so you can start your holiday season off well financially, but more than anything, so you can kind of start 2026 off on the right foot with maybe some budget for marketing and things of that nature. Anyways, I'm gonna get right into it because we got a lot to talk about today. You know, in my world, I like to present videos that are relevant with what I'm seeing, with what I'm hearing, with what you guys are telling me that's going on out there. And I want to, use some of those scenarios to help you guys and things that I used to do when I was in my career, hot and heavy into the sales side of things. So let me give you a couple for instances. It might be surprising to you, but there are some of you guys that don't know that your buyers and sellers end up calling me and don't want me to tell you. They think that maybe something's going on. They think maybe something's missed. They think maybe marketing's not happening correctly. They think maybe that you're not being as transparent as you should be, or maybe you're not helping them the way that they want to be. And so this type of market, I'm getting more and more of those types of phone calls. And the phone calls really are stemming from, what's my agent doing to get my home sold? So it's really, I'm talking more on the listing side of things, guys. On the listing side of things right now, we have things sitting. I think, what was the last stat I saw? Almost every single city that I could, run stats on says that more than 40% plus of all listings have had price reductions before they go under contract. All that to say, you guys, I think what we're really running into is more than anything, what I learned early in my career is an expectation setting problem. And today I wanted to go over something very basic. I think a lot of us have heard this, especially if you've been doing this for a couple of years, maybe you've been to a few bolds. I was taught a long time ago that we really need to get good at setting the expectation with our buyers and our sellers. And one of the ways that I used to do that was the 5 P's of real estate. Now, before I go into it, before we start talking about the 3 P's and the 5 P's of real estate, what I really need you guys to hear is that you don't have to use that terminology, right? At first, when I heard the 5 P's of real estate, that sounds a little corny to me. So really what I'm about to go over with you is a dialogue, a conversation. Pick up nuggets and pieces from what I'm about to tell you and kind of think about the concept behind it. You don't have to use my words. As a matter of fact, I choose not to use the language 3 P's of real estate and 5 P's of real estate. I know the script in the back of my mind like an instinct almost. So that way when I'm at a listing appointment, things just start coming out of my mouth that sound great, that cover the 5 P's of real estate. So let me give you the script or the dialogue, and then take from it what you can and set those expectations with your clients. You see, that's what most of my conversations are with these folks, is that our agents aren't doing a great job of setting expectations, and maybe they are, maybe they aren't, and this, some clients just need a second opinion anyways. But here we go. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, you see, most people do the 3 P's of real estate. They're gonna put a sign in the yard, they're gonna put it on the MLS, and then they're gonna pray somebody comes and sells your property. You see, what we do here at Keller Williams is we do the 5 P's of real estate. And the 4th and 5th P of real estate is that we need to proactively prospect your house. Now, I'm gonna take a little pause from the dialogue. For you agents, what does proactively prospect mean? It means that you guys are proactively getting that property in front of everybody and anybody that you know. You see, the only one thing about marketing that really is effective is making sure that everybody or the masses knows that your home is for sale. So proactively prospecting means putting that property in front of people in ways that you don't naturally think about. So for instance, every time you take a listing, do you email every single one of your database members? I don't care if they're just closed the house with you. I don't care if they're a brand new lead. And I don't care if this person hasn't talked to you for 5 years. To proactively prospect, you have to proactively get your listing in front of people, document exactly how you do it, document the responses, and every single week you should be updating your clients with that information about what you're doing to proactively prospect. Now, the 5th P of real estate, or number 5, is that we need to price watch. You see, I don't believe that I ever did a great job at talking to my sellers about price watching. And this market, I have so many words for this. This market requires us to make sure we have this conversation with our sellers. You see, right now I'm watching sellers jump ship from one agent, moving to another agent, believing that this other agent has this holy grail of marketing. Whether they do something different or not, the reality is 98 to 99% of the time, the reason why a home is not selling is not because of one agent's marketing over the other agent's marketing. It's simply price. And so in order to price watch the market, I need to have that conversation with my clients. I need my sellers to understand that 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago, things were sitting on the market. Things were just stagnant. And in 2 weeks, we can have interest rate reductions. We can have all of a sudden an uptick of buyers getting pre-approved. And then all of a sudden, you know, this weekend, I know was a bunch of activity around the Longmont, Thornton, Broomfield area for showings, for open house guests, and also for offers. This weekend, I saw multiple stagnant listings that ended up having a couple of different interested buyers. It's not that the listing itself did that. It's not like the marketing did that. It's not that the open house did that. Okay, some of that maybe attracts different viewpoints, but really what happens is the market shifts, the market changes very drastically, and we have got to make sure our sellers understand that we're gonna have bad news for them sometimes, we're gonna have great news for them sometimes, but if you don't get in front of that expectation, if you're not watching the market, if you're not understanding, get this thing out of here, if you're not exactly understanding how to go through all of those stats, you know, feel free to reach out to your coach, reach out to me. I'm happy to show you some things in Iris or RE Colorado that have all of these reports that you can use to help you set and win that listing appointment. So anyways, guys, long-winded message. Happy September. I'm Bruce. Give me a shout. Talk to you guys soon.